Welcome, everyone, to the Rinks in Hop Hog. My name's Kevin Broderick here for our second matchup of the day. Once again, between Northport, Huntington, and Sachem, we saw their developmental teams going at it just a couple minutes ago. Northport Huntington taking the win for the first time this year against the Sachem Developmental Braves. Now it's the Sachem Warriors versus Northport Huntington Freshman Blue. Turnaround shot will be saved right away. And the important thing for Northport Huntington, still looking for their first win of the season, trying to get it done against the 7-12 Sachem Warriors. Both of these teams in not, I wouldn't say desperate need of a win, but in desire of a win. Rush up the ice will start off for Sachem. Shot from a sharp angle will be saved down low. Matthew McCartney and Sean Smith getting the starts on their respective teams today. McCartney on the right side, Smith on the left. Meyer pitching it across the rink, hits some traffic. Bounces around a couple of times. Northport Huntington will enter the zone. Across the other blue line now. McMillan turned around. Sachem with a much more packed bench today than Northport Huntington. They'll look to use their skaters to their advantage. Rosado a wrister on net. McCartney one save. Needs to make another one. Rosado with it again, loading up the wrist shot, and McCartney snuffed this one out. Face-off will wobble across the blue line. Warriors go back to fetch. Sachem with a couple of great teams at the lower levels of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. They have a bright future because of it. Their varsity team also had a great season this year on the back of one of the best point producers in the county in Cam Calber. Pass over to the slot shot taken. McCartney will make another save, this time with the left leg, and the rebound goes over to the perimeter. Held in at the near point. It's back down low. Sachem setting up with some good initial offensive zone time. Had a couple of shifts where they've put the Tigers into a spin cycle. Opportunity for Prin. Has it poked off his stick. Helped out by Minicuzzi. Down the slot. Took a deflection. Walled off. And now Northport Huntington find a sequence of passes to clear it out. Puck will go down for an icing. Shot opportunity with the bounce off a body. Couldn't find the net. Now a chance for Northport Huntington to skate in transition. Turned over in the neutral zone to Carley. Bovic back for Donahue. Skips it off the wall for Carley. Give and go back to Donahue. Overthrew his stick. O'Connor down low. Chance for Northport Huntington to center it. And now it's sent out of the zone. Connor Fry racing. Comes over in front for a quick shot. James O'Connor couldn't get it through. Bovic Looks like we have a penalty upcoming. McCartney will go over to the bench, but it will be touched up before he reaches there. First power play of the game will belong to Northport Huntington. Face-off dropped in the right circle and will be sent all the way down. McCartney leaving it behind his net. James O'Connor trying to challenge for it as it's sent through the blue paint. Liano. Hard battle against Fry. Puck is intercepted. Chance to skate. Andrew Kahn pulls up on the brakes, gives it over. Tissot down the slot. Gregory Mass just trying to fire it through. We'll spin back around low for Tissot. About a minute gone by here in the power play. Meyer with it again, will just shoot it down the rink. Blocked off by McCartney. We'll leave it for Koisko. Comes to the neutral zone and shot back in again. McCartney just trying to get his team to go up ice. Henry Alfano. What can he make happen? One of the more dangerous players for Northport Huntington. Alfano still dicing it up, net front, and he put it above the crossbar. Good spin move for Tissot, trying to get free from Donahue. Pushed off the puck as it will come over to the near corner. Gondolfo knocking it out of the air. Eight seconds left in the power play as that puck will come dangerously through the slot. DeSarno open at the point, won't get the pass. Instead, Alfano trying to turn it to the goal line. Now it comes free for DeSarno. In the left circle is shot through a screen. Smith wasn't exactly sure about where it went, but never got to the goal. Power play now over, about half of the period gone by. Prin. Poked off his stick by Tissot. Comes out for a long drive. Walled off by Alfano. He's going to race forward here. Left the puck slightly behind him. Still in a 2-on-1 for now. Alfano loading up the wrister. Missed it off to the left side. Eight minutes left in the first. Northport Huntington have had some good momentum since that power play. Thomas Martin gave it over for a quick shot. James Connor once again a good tester on McCartney. Another shot and McCartney is up for the stand. Donahue and Mass trying to hold the zone. A little bit of trouble against Ryan Guzzo. And that puck will go out of play. Bovich caught out of the air by McCartney. Shot off the post and almost in. Maisel, another centering feed, turns into a shot. Rebound loose on the left post. Bob's free to Jackson Beal. Beal couldn't walk it too far forward. Good pass over to Cohen. Pops off his tape. Ground by Giuliano. Left behind the net now. There's 6:30 to play in the first period. It's flying by for both of these teams. Still no score, knotted up at 0. Gondolfo swings it around the wall. Walled off by Koisko. Steps middle for a quick shot, and Smith got over in time. Centers out in front for a shot that missed wide. Wrister back the other way for Tiso. Hit off the face mask of Smith, still loose. Alfano trying to get to it. Swung around the boards to the far side. Northport Huntington with bodies there to hold the zone. Pass will go below the goal line. Alfano, good centering feed. 2 bodies there now for Sachem in order to hold it out of the crease. Back for DeSarno. Bank pass. Now with Prin. Cuts it across the blue line. Prin looking for an angle, and Alfano took it instead. Alfano wheeling, now looking to deal. His shot couldn't get through the traffic. 4:48 remaining in the first period. Sachem once again with it in front of their own crease, and Prin will find some room on the left side. Whips it across. Everyone on sides. McIntyre the feed. Poked off her stick. An opportunity for Prin. Back to McIntyre. Just off to the right post. Prin with a turnover in the high slot. Looking to dish it out to the corner. 4:21 remaining in the first period. Up the wall, not out. Taken out of the air by Fry. He's given a cross. Long shot straight into the glove of McCartney, and he'll cover up for a whistle. Big bounce off the end board. So Connor trying to send it back in front. Had his pocket picked, but a follow-up check is going to take it for Sachem. Back over for a one-timer in the slot, missed wide right. Donahue turned around. Guzzo takes it, then wrestled down to the ice. Bovic. Carly ahead. Bovic couldn't hold the zone. 3 minutes to play in the first period. Still scoreless between Northport Huntington and Sachem. Giuliano. To Bovic. Bovic pulls the thread around one, down to the goal line with a step. It's swiped off his stick. Back into the corner. Beal trying to fire it out and just barely getting it past Giuliano. O'Connor just a hair off sides. Opportunity upcoming. Quick shot. McCartney made the save. Puck swung up to the blue line. Giuliano walks right, fires down low, rebound in front, poked down below the goal line. Comes up to Meyer with a tip that almost rolled in. Two minutes remaining in the first period, and another offsides called. Puck on the tie-up. Thrown in past the blue line. Blasted around the boards. Goes back over to Tissot. Declan Prynn firing it back down low. Back to Prynn. Overshot his angle. 90 seconds to play here in the first period. Goaltending has been the name of the game so far. Good outlet pass over. Guzzo. Make it Alfano down the slot. Alfano angles wide. Cuts back toward the middle. Feeding it back door, and the shot went above the crossbar. Another good check from Alfano. Twists the hips and fires it towards the middle. Pops free. Now officially under a minute to play. Northport Huntington into a good stretch. Troubles ensue in the neutral zone. Prynn across the blue line. Prynn with a step on his man, feeding it to the doorstep. The tip shot won't go against McCartney, who slid in for the save. O'Connor to the front. Diving stop from McCartney. Down to the final 10 seconds of play here in the first period. Sachem looking to punch in one before the clock expires. Puck punched in low. Fry out in front for a chance. McCartney, where'd it go? And now the clock hits nothing. We'll enter the second period still with no goals. Start of the second period here on the LI Sports Network. Northport Huntington taking on Sachem in a freshman matchup. Northport still looking for their first win of the season. They have one tie, have lost once to this Sachem team who have 7 wins on the year. That game was back on November 21st, 5-4 the final score. Taking a look at the last 5 games for the Warriors. They are 2-3 with wins against West Islip and Ward Melville, as that shot will blast off the end boards. Losses to Smithtown, Hauppauge, Red, East Islip, and St. Anthony's, 3 of the top teams in the freshman division, are Sachem's losses. Like I mentioned at the start of the first period, a couple more skaters in attendance today for the Warriors. So you imagine they'll win the war of attrition down the stretch of the game. Although I believe a couple of extra players checking in now for Northport Huntington, so maybe that will get evened out. Alfano in the corner. Whips it around a centering feed, not going to go where it was intended. Alfano gets it back, another blind pass towards the front. Koisko trying to get to it for a quick shot, and Smith punched it aside with the blocker. Two minutes down, Tiso point blank, rebound, not in. That was not the puck. Opportunity, now they score. And it looks like the goal will be discounted due to the broken piece of equipment that was initially shot in and the confusion that ensued after that. So it will stay at 0-0. Northport Huntington will have to go back to work for the goal. Puck now ahead. It's going to be into a 3-on-0. Here comes Gondolfo with options. Passes it. What a save by McCartney. Giuliano trying to hold it in at the near point. Sachem robbed of an opportunity right there. After a goal just got discounted, that would have been a huge swing in favor of the Warriors. Ava Spardell has it on her backhand. Pokes it up the boards. Needs some help from Guzzo. Spardell challenging forward again below the goal line. Sachem have it on the turnaround shot. Rizzardo scores. Rizzardo with the first goal of the game. 1-0 for Sachem. Print off the draw will take the puck. McIntyre going out to help him. McIntyre, she'll pass it middle, sticks tie up, comes over. Carly, a shot hit off Tiso's skate blade. Given right back to Carly with some room. He'll shimmy it right. A wrister down low, popped into the air and knocked to Tiso. He'll carry it up himself. Alfano, a wrister. Puck stays alive. Alfano back for it. Sends it towards the middle, and Smith had to fight it off with the stick. Fry back out to the neutral zone. Couldn't get it past Carly. Now Alfano with the break. Alfano, backhand. Couldn't get the shot off. Second opportunity and wouldn't go. On the goal line, a stop for Smith. More chances for Northport Huntington. Bovic trying to get it off to Mast. Alfano putting his left shoulder into Alfano, cuts middle, save made by Smith. Tiso with it now. He'll pull up in Gretzky's office for a feed to Alfano, missed it short side. Another long blast with it, tip hit off the outside of the net. Wrap around for Alfano, he'll get bowled over by Carly. Turnaround shot, rebound in front, Tiso couldn't find his stick onto it. Now an opportunity for Sachem to clear, poked out from behind. Taken up by Koisko, a shot, rebounds, and what a save by Smith. Ava Spardell had a roll underneath her. Twig Rosado racing after it. Gondolfo forced him off sides. The reset will come in. Jackson Beal will take over in the meantime. Beal still with it. Fires it past the stick of Maisel. Dumped in now. Gondolfo in the slot. Gives it back off to the perimeter. Opportunity, good feed to the middle. One more, Rosado, shot save made. Rosado with it again. He'll feed the point. Back over to him. Rolls by and Gondolfo will take it. In the corner, he'll twist. Gondolfo to Maisel. Race down the ice. No icing will be called by the referees. Beal trying to win it. The back pass will go to Rosado, and now he'll start to skate. Rosado couldn't get it past Ava Spardell. Sachem with it again. Bring it forward on the rush. The pass back to the blue line. Gondolfo lost in the skate blades of the official. Giuliano fanned on the shot. Beal just in front of him. Beal trying to smack it out. Giuliano will take it. Giuliano, Gondolfo wiggles left, feeds it back to the middle. A shot, they score! Another long shot, big rebound. Rush up the other way for Tiso, fought off by McIntyre. She'll give it over to Meyer. Meyer for Print. Back pass Tolliver, walks it down, shot saved by McCartney. Turnaround shot, wide off into the end boards. Alfano with a big hit trying to hold the zone. Donahue down on the backside of the play, but he'll get up okay. Chance for McIntyre. She almost forced it in all by herself on the rush. Trying to play the pass to Print, lost it in his skates. Northport Huntington back the other way. Tiso finds a man behind enemy lines, in on net. Oh, couldn't pull the thread. Tiso with it now. 6 minutes left in the second period. Northport Huntington continue to just get a little unlucky around the cage. Puck held alive just for a second by Koisko. Now played out. This is going to be a rush back the other way. Bovic has it. Bovic in on net himself. Looking for the forehand. Scores! Three 0 now, the lead for Sachem. 5:45 remaining in the second period. All three goals have come in the middle frame as well. Another opportunity. The backhand goes. Rosado trying to bring it past. And we'll get an offsides call. Nick Tiso through. Trying to get it off for Alfano. Andrew Kahn gets it below the goal line. Kahn works around one. Still looking for the centering feed. Out in front, Alfano looking for it. And a whistle went early. Or maybe the net came off its moorings. And it looks like we're through the pause to eject one of the parents. Back to live here on the LI Sports Network. Gandolfo trying to hold the zone. Sachem will work it around and now skated ahead. Pass slid over. Tester, Gandolfo flying in for the rebound. Loops it. Feed up to Giuliano, high slot, Rister defers, back over to Gondolfo. .4:23 remaining in the second period. It's a 4-0 Sachem lead. They had all the momentum before that long pause with a goal at 5:35, 5:51, 7:47, and then a little bit before that at 12:15, all in the second period. Another rush up the ice. It's a 2-on-1. Quick shot save made by Smith, and he'll cover up. Tissot trying to hold it low. Thrown around him by Carly. Sent back to the other side. Northport Huntington trying to set up the cycle. Tissot with it again. Gives it down low, Cohen. Turnaround shot, plenty of traffic in front. Rebound opportunity comes into the slot. Sachem find the puck and play it free. Centering pass, quick shot, miss wide right. Donahue chasing down the rebound. He'll cycle it back the other way. Carly steps into the play, but it's blown by him by Alfano. Alfano still holding on to it. His wrister blocked by Donahue. Backhand won't go past Smith. .2:30 to play in the second period. Sachem. Those 4 goals look insurmountable at this point, but you never know. Carly. Alfano hot on his heels, just barely getting the pass off, intercepted and brought ahead by Koisko. He flies up the right side, down to the goal line and sending it middle. 6 tie up and Sachem take it away. Under 2 to play in the second now. Long shot for Bovic. Puck will be kept alive. Alfano against Bovic down low. Alfano wide, trying to cut it back towards the middle. Separates from the puck, helped out by Tissot down low. Tissot turns. Sachem an outlet pass, and it's just barely thrown by the tape fry back for it. Bovic trying to force the turnover. Ava Spardell, the last line of defense. She'll force it below the goal line. Minute left in the period. Half wall shot save made. Rebound. O'Connor couldn't get there. 50 seconds remaining. Meyer from the slot. Banked into the end boards. Sachem trying to hold the zone again. It will roll past the blue line. 40 seconds left now. Here's Cohen trying to turn the edge 25 seconds left. Bovic might have this one into another rush. He has plenty of speed. Here comes Bovic, dicing, looked to tuck it in on the forehand, but didn't have enough real estate. 14 seconds left in the second period. Sachem trying to cap off a dominant 15 minutes with one more. Puck will be sent down, no icing. 2 seconds left, and we'll end the first 30 of this matchup in a big Sachem in favor of Sachem. Be right back for the final 15 here on the LI Sports Network. And we're back here on the LI Sports Network. Start of the third period. Game in a heavy Sachem tilt at 4-0 after they scored 4 goals in the second period. Long shot and snatched out of the air by McCartney. Puck dropped again to Sarno, angling his man away. Tied up from behind by Gondolfo. He'll race it back the other way. Gondolfo loops it around the boards. Pass over to Maisel and just barely fought out of the zone. First minute through here in the third. Northport Huntington have had a disallowed goal and a puck stop just dead on the goal line. They've been oh so close to a couple of different leads. Wraparound attempt now for Sachem. Puck still loose in the blue paint, and a couple of sticks got in the way for Sachem. Tiso almost got it up and out. Now it's skated ahead for Rister Smith, a save. Defense there to take the rebound for him. Alfano picks it up, spins it to Sano. Minacuzzi trying to go over to McIntyre. Minacuzzi holds on to it. Now the feed walled off by DeSarno. Comes on net, and the save is made by McCartney. Weak side rim held alive by Sachem. The follow-up can't get punched out either. Puck up the slot and out. Primp sliding it left. Pass ahead to Bovic, and now he'll enter it into the zone. Stripped by Tiso. Donahue stepping up. Now Mast. He'll leave it off for Prim. Prim walks middle, slides the pass right. Wrister on target, big rebound. Still loose. Prim onto it, but couldn't take the shot. Four minutes gone by. Carly quickly to the goal line, centering it. Rebound opportunity, shot. McIntyre made the glove save. Excuse me, McCartney made the save. Pass towards the middle. Smith covered it up with the glove. Meyer, D-to-D pass. Pass over from Meyer, looking for the tip in the middle. Shooting gallery right now for Sachem, just trying to get these pucks on net. Meyer will hold it in again. Loop down low. Pass intended for Gondolfo, it looks like. Up to the far point. Beal couldn't get it out. Followed up by his teammates and will be cleared by Rob Koisko. Pass in front. No follow-up tip shot. Play is starting to open up again for either side. Sachem have had a majority of the opportunities to speak of, though. Beal Trying to bottle his man up into the corner. The pass goes to the far point anyways. Now an opportunity for Northport Huntington to skate. Beal dicing it in the neutral zone. Rolling the pass to his right. Hop the stick of Cohen. Does enter the zone. Sachem looking to dig it out. Tiso absorbs the hit, pulls up, gets double teamed. Tiso trying to slide it to Alfano. The puck comes in front and covered up by Smith. DeSarno looking for the tip from Tisano. Follow-up save for Smith. Tiso with it again in the corner. Shimmies past one, gives it over for Alfano. A one-timer, had a lot of juice on it. Good moves for Kahn. Kahn to the doorstep. Angled off at the last second. He'll still control the rolling puck. Kahn on a second lap around. Takes a hack from McIntyre, feeds it out to the point for a slap shot. McIntyre challenged it quickly, and that allows Smith to cover up an easy shot. Offsides called. Bovic trying to wiggle his way through. Takes a loop around the goal. Still holding on to the puck and bumped down to the ice. The Northport Huntington bench loves it. Cohen in transition. He'll pull up, taking it back to the forehand for a shot. Donahue will take the rebound off the Smith save. Kicked ahead by O'Connor. Past Beal. Dangerous opportunity. Puck is loose below the goal line. Scramble for McIntyre to get back, and no one will be allowed to invert it up top. Bovic takes the wrister, loading it up, still holding. Bovic fires, and it caroms into the net. Alfano looking for the defensive stand down low. Spun around by Mast. Up to Meyer, loads up the cannon off the skate blade of Alfano. Another wrister, bar down. What a beauty! Long shot, Smith, an easy angle for the save. Another shot through traffic. Smith will parry it off to the perimeter, and his team will follow up with the clear. Just about 5 minutes to play, and the puck will be iced. Puck comes in front of Smith. The poke shot, he'll get it into his gut again. One more game following this one up on the South Rinks. Smithtown Hauppauge freshman Red versus Middle Country freshman. Be the third and final game for the South Rinks. Another icing. Prin fakes the shot, carries it down to the goal line. It ricochets off a couple of bodies. Now past the blue. Potential 2-on-1 developing for Northport Huntington. And across the blue line for this shot. It will be parried into the end boards. Another great save for Sean Smith. 4 minutes left. Puck at the doorstep, and McCartney will get it. Carly challenging at the far point. Good collision between him and Tiso. Tiso, pickpocket, pulls it through. Tiso off to the middle for a wrister. Smith a save, fought it off. Tracking the rebound, still on the goal line. Another save for Smith. Scramble for the puck, and Smith has it underneath. Face-off will be tied up and forced across the blue line by Sachem. O'Connor, nifty centering feed. Smacked back out of the zone. Now Alfano will swoop in for possession. Alfano dicing it across the blue line, looking to attack towards the middle. Carly ties him up from behind, but the shot still goes through. Northport Huntington will at least get a goal in this game. Just a couple of more opportunities remaining for them. One against Kanekwa. Sayville has another shot from the doorstep. McIntyre, a good save. McCartney, excuse me. I keep doing that. And they will follow up with their last game on March 22nd against KPC freshman Black. Sachem on the other side, playing their final game of the regular season today, looking to end it on a high note. They're currently in 9th place. Down to 2 minutes left in the third period. So for Sachem, need one of those top 8 seeds to make the playoffs. This will get them into a point tie with Kanekwa Sayville Red. I do not know enough about the individual matchup breakdown between those two teams to tell you who would take the tiebreaker, but it would at least be a possibility. So Sachem with a big win today in order to keep that hope of a playoff alive. Puck brought in for a shot, they score. One more for the road. More offensive zone pressure for Sachem. Looking to get up to 7 goals before they head out of this one. Walk the blue line, and a quick shot will hit off the post. Alfano looking to tie up his man down low. Under 10 seconds to play. Puck over into the right circle. 2 seconds left, and that'll do it. Sachem taking home a 6-1 victory. Northport Huntington falling down with a couple more opportunities to take their first win of the regular season here on the LI Sports Network. One more game coming up. That will be Smithtown Hop Hog Red versus Middle Country. Stay right here for the next matchup.